Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Thank you for joining me. Day 9, a conversation with a billionaire. Wow. Look at you. So, as a private business consultant, I've assisted in a number of different types of businesses. I have a background in production and more of the finance options of production and securing funding for film and reality TV. Some people like to call that unscripted television. And I have a lot of different ads out there that and marketing that solicit different types of business. And for this particular one for reality TV had come in, and I get a lot of these, and they say blah blah blah, and we have this and we have this actor attached and da 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 da. And when you look for paperwork and LOIs for securing actors and maybe producers and such, and you're like, I don't see anything. So this individual presents himself as a Wall Street investor, as a venture capitalist, and as a trader. Well, a day trader, a Wall Street trader. And I'm like, okay, and that's all good. So he sends a little information over, and he sends a little profile on what he wants to do. And then yesterday I get this incredible voicemail from him, or the day before, I get this incredible voicemail from him, and I'm listening to it, and I don't take these things as fact when I see them in email. But when he left his message, the high ability that he has to articulate himself in his message and how he said it and how concise it was, I'm like, ooh, this is a person that gets shit done. I'm like, okay, you have my attention now. And he left me a Skype ID. He's like, I think what I want to do is have a conversation with you. I want to see what your capabilities are. I want to see what you've done in the past. I want to see how you exhibit, meaning how you do your presentations and how you build up your story to be able to present to other people. And, if I like what I'm seeing, then we can go ahead and get started. So I'm having a conversation with him. I call him up, and I will note he is one of the nicest people that I've ever had the opportunity to speak to. Not indicative of all of somebody who is a high net worth individual who day trades and deals in these types of situations, where I've dealt with a lot of these people from family offices and things of that nature, and they are very uptight and they are very evil, and they are looking down on everybody. And it was a very pure conversation, and it was a very sincere conversation. He was a very wonderful man, and he said something during the conversation that if you can get this done and you can get me baby step me through this process of bringing my reality TV show concept to market, then provided you can perform, then money is no object. I'm like, is that wrong? That made me tingle in my happy spot when he said that. I'm not sure if it is, but it is what it is. I'm like, okay, well, let me step back and get you a presentation and put something together as a capabilities presentation, and get something to you. So, in any case, I'm not aware that I've actually had a one-on-one conversation with a billionaire. I've actually had meetings where I've had billionaires on the phone, or people that are really, really high net worth, not necessarily in the billions, or in a billion or more, multi-millions, like hundreds of millions. And but I wasn't I arranged the call to be able to have some kind of investment done on behalf of a client or something like that. So in any case, that was a very, very, very interesting conversation. I wanted to share that as a part of the $1 Million Challenge, because that is indicative of the energy and the idea of the $1 Million Challenge, a conversation, a one-on-one peer conversation. And we were laughing, and I'm citing him examples for things when he's saying things. I'm like, oh, have you ever seen this documentary? We were talking about Craigslist, and we were, I was telling him, did you ever see the guy that actually spent 30 days and lived off of Craigslist, and posted an ad every day where he was? For him and his cameraman, they needed shelter, or they needed food, or any kind of support that was, and they lived off of Craigslist with no money for 30 days, and he traveled from LA to New York to a point in Mexico and back in California, when which he did a interview with Craig himself. So, I mean, we're having a conversation like I would have with any other person. It doesn't matter how much they're having in their bank. So I thought that was an interesting note. It is a step toward the $1 million challenge, to have a billionaire behind it. And I didn't feel capable of doing what he was suggesting in the course of the dialogue, like as an individual. I needed a team. So I reached out to a whole bunch of people, and I might hand this off to someone else to take point, and we're negotiating a contract for a finder's fee for that, and all that type of stuff. So that I'll elaborate on as that develops, and we'll see where that ends up. So that was the introduction. I think that's really interesting, that the energetics out there brought someone like that because of the declaration and the thought and these videos, because every time I do a video that is redeclaring the energy, which I think is really interesting. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that was helpful for you. At the very least, it's an interesting story. And Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation, coaching, life, business, and spiritual. Excuse me. And my cold's kind of zapped me, so I wanted to get this done, and I might actually go take a nap or veg doing something, but I wanted to get this done. So I hope that was helpful. Comment below, subscribe, and I'd love to hear feedback and like as well. Thank you very much.